It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Easy for you to say. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Rob Black Show, and welcome to another exciting night of pure, unadulterated hijinks. I am your host, Ricardo Montalban. Yes, my name is Ricardo Montalban, not Ricardo Montalban, but Ricardo Montalban. I welcome you, and I say hi, hi, hi. So, did you guys have a good afternoon? Now I gotta turn my my window down because there's a band that's having band practice right now. Can you hear it, you guys? You hear it a little or no? It's kind of distracting to me, so we're gonna roll the window down. We won't get any air, and we're just going to do the show without any ventilation. Welcome, and here we go. Did you guys have a good afternoon? Yes, Rob, we had a good afternoon. Good, 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 good. I did equally decent. I got my hair cut, as you see. Got my do done again. Got to get the do upkeep shaved. I gotta go to my girl over at the salon. I gotta get good. Gotta look good. Let me see her name again, because I switched girls now. The girl that did my hair the last time, the barber shop that I go to, Champion's Barber Shop, they opened a new salon over on Laurel Canyon. So the girl that did my hair before, she went to that salon because she's like the general manager there now. So the girl that was there the last time I got my hair, she was in the salon and she had just graduated. Her name is Stephanie Rivas. Yeah, Stephanie Rivas, a Los Angeles Dodgers fan. And let me explain a really funny thing. So Stephanie is doing my hair. Now Stephanie is about this tall, about this wide, titties out to here, huge ass titties, gigantic, enormous titties. She's, I would say she's a cone candidate. Big roly-poly body, big old titties, cute face. So she would be a cone candidate. And often I see her outside because her and I don't know if it's a boyfriend, I don't know who the fuck it is that works with her at the salon. They ride together, and often they'll sit in the parking lot waiting for their boss to open Champion's Barber Shop up, and her and the guy will be listening to me in their car, laughing and so forth and so on. So I see Stephanie on a regular basis. So when I went in there today, I said, "Where's the other girl?" She said, "She's not here. She's at our other store." And I said, I need my hair cut again. She goes, "Well, I'll do it. I was here when she cut your hair last time. Don't you remember?" I said, "I remember." I remember. I go, I just like to be loyal to the people that cut my hair. She's like, it's all part of the same family. It's all good. She's at our other shop, managing the store there. I said, okay, whatever. I said, when do I come back? She says, come back at 5 o'clock. I cut your hair. I said, okay. So I go and see young Stephanie Rivas, who cuts my hair. And while I'm sitting there and getting my hair cut, the barber shop, and it's a nice place. Again, guys, if you want to get your hair cut, go to Champion's Barber Shop over here on 6636 Lankershim Boulevard. It's right next to us. And you see Stephanie. She's the short, rotund Mexican girl, very cute face, big glasses, and probably triple H tits. Fucking huge tits. To the point where she cuts your hair and her tits fucking jiggle. And you just literally just jiggle. They fucking jiggle. They're so fucking big when she's doing your hair like this, these fucking tits. It's mesmerizing at the size of the tits. The rest of her body's large, but at the end of the day, put a fucking cone on her, you're all right. So, she's doing my hair. And the barber shop, like I said, is very, very high end. And on each stall where they could cut someone's hair, they have a flat screen TV against the wall. And on one side is like 4 hair cutting stalls, and on the other side is 4 hair cutting stalls. And then they have a big lounge area with another giant fucking 70-inch screen TV on the wall. So this place literally has 9 televisions in the establishment. And they do fades, they do faux hawks, they do razor shaves, they do everything. And there's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think there's like 5 barbers in there. Stephanie's the only girl that's working during that time slot when I go there. But the rest of the guys, including the owner, are like, they got the shear, they got the thing, and they're doing all the thing. I mean, they're fucking great. And like I said, they have television screens on each stall. So you literally can watch whatever you want, or you can watch what they're all watching. It doesn't matter. They will let you do whatever you fucking want. They even have alcohol there. If you want a shot, they ask, you want a shot? What do you want to drink? What do you want? They got Jack Daniels. They got Cabezas. I mean, it's a fucking really nice place. And within 5 minutes of me getting my hair cut, there's about, there's 4 guys cutting people's hair, other Dodger fans, and then there's 3 Dodger fans sitting on the couch. And ladies and gentlemen, I shit you not. Ladies and gentlemen, I shit you not. A conversation breaks out into the fact that you no longer can watch Dodger games on regular television, that Time Warner now makes you pay for a Dodger channel. I fucking shit you not. And as Stephanie's cutting my hair, I start to literally laugh. And she's like, what's so funny? I go, oh, God, nothing. I was just thinking about stuff that happened on my show today. And she goes, well, why? What was so funny? I go, oh, God, please. I go, a lot of dirty things, porn stuff. And she goes, oh. And goes back to cutting my hair. And I'm literally listening to at least 5, 6, 9, 10 Dodger fans. Like, yeah, you know, man, I can't believe that you now got to pay for the Dodgers on Time Warner. Yeah, man, that's fucking bullshit. Yeah, man. And I'm like, I cannot fucking believe I'm literally sitting here listening to 8 Mexicans bitch and moan about the Los Angeles Dodgers television network that they have to pay for. And people say I'm talking stereotypes when I call every Mexican Dodger fans. And here they are, literally talking about the Dodger network. I said, why the fuck can the radio show not be broadcasting this right now? I can't write this. When I tell everybody tonight this story, they're all going to be like, yeah, okay, Rob, lying again. And I'm like, no, guys, I swear to God, that is what the conversation was. For about 25 minutes, while I got my hair done, was the amount of anger that the entire Latino community has that Time Warner is now charging for Los Angeles Dodger baseball. And they're very pissed off. So anybody listening from Time Warner, the Latino community in all of Southern California is very, very pissed off, okay, that they have to pay, I think I heard them say $10 a month for the Dodger network. And it's not like the Dodgers don't make enough money. Now they need $10 from hardworking fans that are in the Southern California area, and that's fucking bullshit, man. That's fucking bullshit. Oh man, I just said, goddamn, I can't. And I should have turned my fucking phone on and recorded what they were saying, but I was in too much awe of them literally going back and forth. And then Stephanie even got in on it. She's like, how much is it? $10? Well, can we get it here at the shop? You know? And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe the girl that's cutting my hair, Cone, is fucking talking about the Dodgers. I go, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then the guy goes to Stephanie, you want a shot? And I'm like sitting there with shears and stuff, and I go, she's cool. After she's done cutting my hair, and everybody starts laughing. I go, she can have a shot after she's done cutting my fucking hair with that straight razor. Because what they do is they bust out like a straight razor where they take it and start going all around the edge. I mean, literally, they are, look at the back of my neck. This is a good fucking badass job. They don't fuck around. This is like that real fucking Dodger fan barbershop where motherfuckers are in there getting fades and getting all sorts of designs etched in their fucking heads. And motherfuckers got these clippers and they're like fucking doing this and spinning shit and very, very high-end Los Angeles Dodger barbershop. I mean, they're all the business cards actually advertise. Bohawks, gentleman haircuts. The fuck is a gentleman haircut? I'm a gentleman. Guess that's what it means. A gentleman haircut. Tapers. The fuck is a taper? T-A-P-E-R-S. Tapers. I don't know. It's just shit that I never heard of that are big in the Los Angeles Dodger community. So while I'm sitting there, they're asking Stephanie if she wants a shot. And I'm like, nah, Stephanie needs to work on fucking this gentleman's hair fucking sober, okay? Please, guys. Leave Cone alone, all right? Let her jiggle her tits a little more while she's doing my hair, and let me fucking get out of here. And you guys, it's bad enough she smells like weed. Because as I'm walking to the store, I see her coming from her car. So she goes in, and I sit down, and she's starting my hair, and I'm like, wow, my girl stinks like fucking weed. She's high as fuck cutting on my hair. I said, motherfucker. She's cutting my hair, fucking with a razor. And the funny thing is, from the last time I was there to now, and it might just be me because I'm paranoid, I did the last broadcast about everybody there, and I talked about them. And I swear they must have listened because I feel a chillier attitude towards me. And maybe it's just that I'm white, and they didn't feel like looking at Whitey today. But when I see them at times, it's very chilly. So there I am in the barber chair. She's stinking of weed. They're talking about passing shots around, and she's looking at me like this with the fucking straight razor. Are you ready? And I'm thinking, she's going to cut my throat. She's going to be like, oh, talking about how we need combs, huh? Slit. Oh, you like that? Cut your skin and get a fucking bottle of fucking salt and put it on your wounds, you fuck. You gringo. I said, Jesus Christ. But, hey, I think it came out good. Looks fucking good. Beard, my mustache, everything was good. The hair product she put in my hair smells good. So, all in all, it was successful and it was cheap, $20. I'd give her a $10 tip. Oh, because that's how I am. I'm good like that, all right? I'm fucking silly, all right? I'm fucking silly, all right? All right, me and my friend Frank Rizzo, we're fucking silly like that. She does my eyebrows. I mean, this girl does it all. My eyebrows. She does the things that they have on the board that you're supposed to pay for, and they just throw it in because I'm the next door neighbor. So I throw her a little tip. That way she gets it instead of Champions. But on the board it says $5 for the fucking eyebrows, $5 for this. There's no thing on there that says a massage and a little fucking stroke on the fucking big tits. Doesn't say that, but suffice to say, it is eyebrows, the mustache, all this shit. They charge little things, but for me it's $20. So I give the house 20, I throw her the fucking 10. It's a gentleman's haircut for a fucking gentleman. And the girl with the big fucking sloppy tits. There you go. There's my story at Champions Barbershop. And if you guys want a good haircut and you want to talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers and want to watch a game and get a shot, go to Champions Barbershop at 6636 Lankershim Boulevard, North Hollywood, California, 91606. And go see Stephanie Rivas. She's off Sundays and Mondays. She works Tuesday through Saturday. Little short girl, glasses, humongous titties, little round, your standard fucking Mexican girl. She's got to probably only be 23 years old. Very nice, very docile, very gentle with their fucking trimmers. Perfect. You go there and you tell her, Rob Black sent ya. And you'll get a fucking deal. I don't know what kind of deal, but you'll get something. So there you go. And there's my motherfucking story. It's a Rob Black show. And somebody we haven't heard in a while, and I kind of miss.
Rothschild and Paul Warburg loaned money to Hitler. Hitler killed little Jews. While Rothschild and Warburg stayed in the finest hotels in Europe. If you can't call Rothschild anti-Semitic and Warburg an anti-Semite, then don't you open your mouth against me.
Thank you, Louie. Haven't heard you in a while. We also haven't heard.
I want all the hair. 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 I want all the hair.
Thank you, Ozzy. It's a little Oswald Patton, you know. And again, does he know that his last name is that of a man who is the, according to the Warren Report, the lone assassin of our beloved President John F. Kennedy? I wonder if he realizes that. And if he does realize that, why the fuck didn't he change that fucking name? Jesus Christ. All right. Woo-wee. All right. This is the Rob Black Show. Okay? And we are kicking ass here. And a story that was up on the ABN that Katie Summers tipped me off on. And I didn't really talk about it because there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place. But since we were just talking about Mr. Patton there, Mr. Oswald Patton, and the great Oswald Patton. Yes, the great Oswald Patton. We can actually talk about it for just a second, because it's something that my wonderful girlfriend's not going to bring up because it's beneath her. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand something. It's beneath her. All right, she is a news. Okay, she is a news provider. Do you understand that? She provides news. And that news is things that do not involve dirty, filthy pornography. Oh no. She's reporting things on mumps and measles and all sorts of weird shit like that. That's what she does. She's big action. So I get left with reporting on things that are completely innocuous and retarded that have to do with pornography. And the funny thing is, the way this piece of shit ABN site is, they don't ever have any of the fucking stories or any of the stuff where it's supposed to be. They really don't. So it's a fucking guess exactly where they're going to put it, because they have it in different fucking sections. They do. It's like a whole fucking journey into trying to figure out what section, what news article is in. I mean, it really is. It's like a fucking game. So they could put things in video industry news, or they could put things in video company news. So it all depends. It all depends. So if you look for video company news and you scroll through, you don't see what you see in video industry news. So I'm looking for a fucking story that was in earlier that, of course, I can't find. And I'm going to look for one more minute, and then I'm going to abandon it because they suck. Literally, they fucking suck. So, of course, can't find it. So we're going to fucking move on to something else. It's just unfucking believable, man. It really is. This fucking site and the company, Manwin, and everybody associated with it sucks. Oh, it's in the industry news legal section. It's like, really, man? Just have it in one fucking area, you fucking douches. All you're doing is cut and pasting fucking press releases like fucking retard Mike South. At least that moron has got his fucking stupid post in one area. Jesus Christ. Alright, I found the story, ladies and gentlemen. BBW Scarlet Rogue sentenced to 12 years for killing boyfriend. BBW performer Scarlet Rogue. And if you look at the picture on ABN, ladies and gentlemen, it's a fat girl that's got a sandwich. And I would imagine that that sandwich is a pork sandwich. And I would imagine that her and her boyfriend were fighting over...
I want all the ham. I want all the ham. I want all the ham. I want all the ham.
Yes. So, the story goes, former BBW performer Scarlet Rogue, pictured, real name Jennifer R. Marchant, who was arrested a little over a year ago, charged with second-degree murder for killing her boyfriend with a kitchen knife. A kitchen knife A kitchen knife is what you use to cut food with. Kitchen knife in a kitchen to cut ham, baby. So, on February 6th of last year, she was sentenced this week in Niagara County to 12 years in prison. She's still contending that she acted in self-defense when she fatally stabbed Ralph D. Stone Jr. in the apartment they shared in North Tonawanda. Marchant and told the court before sentencing, "I loved him too, a lot, but I did everything I could that night. I begged him to stop. I should have known better than to let him eat all the ham." A couple since May of 2012, the events of the fatal evening are recounted in detail in an article in the Niagara Falls Reporter published today and indicate, as noted by reporter Frank Parlato, the story of that night stands as a lesson in how anger, jealousy, stupidity, drugs, alcohol, and ham can destroy people's lives. Yes, it says right there. So when I read the story, not the one that's published there, but I read another story because this is big news in Niagara Falls. And basically the way it goes is this performer, Jennifer, was in the kitchen. And her boyfriend, Ralph, ate the last piece of ham. He literally ate the last piece of ham. And Jennifer said, "Ralph," and this is all documented, said, "Ralph, where's that piece of ham?" And he said, "I ate it." And she said, "Oh, no, you didn't." And he said, "Yeah, I ate that ham." She said, "You mean you ate the last piece of fucking ham?" And he said, "Yeah." And she said, "I'm gonna fucking cut you, motherfucker." And she pulled out this fucking kitchen knife, one of them Ginsu knives. You know, one of them things that you'd see on an infomercial, and they get it, and they cut a fucking tin can with it, and then somebody gets a fucking brick, and they bash the fucking brick, or the handle of the Ginsu knife with the fucking brick, and they just fucking keep breaking it, and then they take the fucking blade, and they saw fucking a piece of metal. I mean, they fucking saw everything known to man, and at the end of the day, guess what they do? They get a beautiful ripe tomato, and they go, pew, 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 and they saw right through and cut finely in beautiful, thin layers of tomato. That's a fucking Ginsu knife, okay? That is a motherfucking Ginsu knife, ladies and gentlemen. And that, my friends, is what this fat motherfucker Jennifer did. She grabbed the fucking Ginsu knife, and she fucking cut Ralph right in his fucking jugular because he ate the last piece of fucking ham. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, what happened. That is what's reported in one of the other Niagara Falls newspapers. And it's tragic. And I have to echo Frank Parlato once again. That is what happens when you get a big fat bitch, especially a porn girl. I mean, listen, porn girls already have an appetite for sex and drugs and alcohol, but when you take a fat porn chick, now what you're throwing into the equation is food. And they've already established that food is an addiction. Food and being fat is a disease. And when you combine all that together, you have a recipe for disaster. And a matter of fact, this night you have a recipe for murder. And that's exactly what happened when this fat motherfucker, Jennifer R. Marchant, went nuts on her boyfriend Ralph for eating the last piece of ham, took out the fucking Ginsu knife, and I think, yeah, I'm reading it correctly, not one but two Ginsu knives, because you always get the second Ginsu knife absolutely free just for ordering the first Ginsu knife. She took both Ginsu knives like this and just right in his fucking throat. She got him right in the fucking throat like this and then went boom, almost severed his fucking head off like OJ did to Nicole. Horrible, horrible. And then as Ralph was laying, raving on the floor, she basically echoed and basically said, "What do you think about that, bitch?"
I want all the hair. 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 I want all the hair.
Thank you, Oswald. Thank you. It's the Rob Black Show, and we are here. And ooh, I got a shit brewing, guys. I know, and it's like every fucking night I'm talking to you about my shit. I know, and we promised everybody that we would get the technical difficulties worked out with Video Blaster and all these fancy microphones we got. It's like a fucking Roger Daltrey. Fuck. And I'll be able to show pictures of shit. Not tonight, but I would predict tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I will predict tomorrow, because when we're done with this show tonight, I will be working on the Video Blaster. And a matter of fact, if some of you tune in and out to the RobBlackShow.com and AdultFYI.com, guess what? You will see me fucking around with the Vid Blaster. So if you guys stay on later, probably around, I don't know, 10:45, 11, you'll probably see some videos being played, and you'll see the bugs being worked out. You'll see the bugs being worked out. So tune in, ladies and gentlemen, and it will get going. So I got to tell you what I did also today, besides my shit. I made another Instagram post, okay? Patrick sent me the Farrah Abraham video. And Patrick, we're going to play that tomorrow. I'll play a little bit now, but tomorrow we're really going to play it. Here it is, guys. I'm going to play a little of the Farrah Abraham music video. I'll tell you this, the little bitch has got 1 million fucking views, so listen, here it is. Alright, there it is. I'll tell you something, Patrick, and not to sound incredibly gay, but Katie Summers actually had played that for me last week, and I got to tell you, that doesn't sound any worse than anything that has ever come out of the Kardashian camp or any of the other girls that have sucked dick to get famous in the mainstream world. Swear to God. That, to me, if you never told me that was Farrah Abraham, it would sound like just any other pop crap that's auto-tuned and people dance to. Swear to God. That sounds no different than any of the other poppy, auto-tuned crap that is playing at the clubs. You got the fucking, you got the the rave music going, dum, 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 dum. And you got a girl that's auto-tuned, sounds like a fucking robot, and that's it. And it sounds no different than any other fucking person that I've heard on all the other crap that is out there. Seriously. And everybody really just shits on her because she did a porn. And I'm not real sure how she's any different than Kim Kardashian. And I need to remind all of you people, especially the ones that are big Kim Kardashian and keeping up with the Kardashian fans, you realize Kim Kardashian was absolutely nothing except a girl that hung around all the rappers and fucked rappers. That's all she did. Her dad was famous because he helped a murderer get away with murder. And in turn, he had a bunch of dirty, filthy Armenian kids. And those dirty, filthy Armenian kids wound up being fucking thirsty, rap fucking, I mean, seriously, Kim Kardashian, literally, I sat there one night and, who was it, The Game came out and was like, yeah, I fucked her. And you look, and it shows pictures of her just being a thirsty, fucking rap, fucking dick sucker in all these fucking clubs. So it's like, as the years went on, she just went from fucking rap cock to rap cock. I mean, literally. And took a break with Reggie Bush. So she took a break with an athlete. And then that didn't work out, and she went to the other athlete, and that didn't work out, and she went back to the fucking music industry. But if all of you seem to forget, Kim Kardashian was nothing more than a fucking barfly. All right, she was a fucking hood rat. All right, she was an Armenian hood rat who scoured the clubs and was thirsty for big black rapper cock. That is what she wanted. That's all she fucking needed in her life. And she was going to do that until she sucked her way up to the top. And lo and behold, what did she do? Sucked her way up to Kanye West. But ultimately, she made history and got famous by doing what? Sucking on a low-level rap guy's fucking dick. If I recall, what was it? Ray J? Isn't that who she was doing a fucking porn scene with? Was it Ray J or somebody in the low-level fucking music world? That their big claim to fame was the fact that they were fucking famous with Janet Jackson or Whitney Houston. What, something like that. It was one of those things. But I'm close. If I'm not 100% right, I'm fucking close. So Kim Kardashian did a sex tape and basically got famous with Vivid, and the rest is history. So when people condemn this Farrah Abraham, I'm not real sure how or why, considering that every little young girl in America who wants to be like the Armenian princess Kim Kardashian, she did exactly the same thing. She did a sex tape. It was purposely done so she could get famous, because sucking on a bunch of rapper dick and being a fucking club fucking whore was like, you know, not cutting it. You know, and her pussy was getting stretched out too much from all the big black cock she was taking. And somebody said, honey, you're going to have to come up with a new strategy to fucking, you know, get famous. And somebody went, do what Paris Hilton did. And she went, oh, okay. Oh, ooh, okay. And lo and behold, Kim Kardashian's sex tape was born. And now she's on the cover of Vogue? Really? Okay, remember, guys, that's still the girl who did a planned sex tape, and that's how she became famous. So please, the next time you guys want to fucking put down Farrah Abraham and say that she's stanky, seriously, I have the her little video up, and there's like commenters on here. You know, who gave this whore a mic? Oh my gosh, shut up, Farrah Abraham. You can't sing. Okay, all you want is attention, and you can suck ass. It's like, how is she any different than Kim Kardashian? Okay? Nothing. Seriously. Kim Kardashian is no different than Farrah Abraham. So, sorry, guys. Sorry. Pat, and I know I'm not talking to you, Pat. You're just sending me the video going, you got to listen to this. I'm just commenting to general because Katie played it for me, and I said the same thing to her. I said, she don't sound any worse than any other fucking wannabe fucking musician that claimed to fame was doing absolutely nothing. From Paris Hilton to any of the other slobs that did their fucking music. Okay? Paris Hilton, Patrick just sent me a Paris Hilton song, a Lindsay Lohan song, and a Selena Gomez song. All three of them, Paris Hilton. Here's Paris Hilton's song. Good Time, featuring Lil Wayne. This fucking girl gets Lil Wayne to be in the fucking rap song with her. There you go. Look. So that's Paris Hilton, and here's Farrah Abraham. That's Farrah Abraham. Here's Paris Hilton. Can't even tell the difference. That's Paris Hilton. Here's Farrah Abraham. Farrah Abraham, Paris Hilton. Now Farrah Abraham. Paris Hilton. All right. Okay, now let's throw in Lindsay Lohan. Hold on, guys. Wow, okay. So that's kind of a Justin Timberlake feel. So you have basically all three of them having the same voice, but just a little different vibe. So you got Lindsay Lohan, which is Justin Timberlake with a girl's voice, which is Paris Hilton and Farrah Abraham. So here is basically Lindsay Lohan and her awesome talent. Now we go to Paris Hilton. And now we go to Farrah Abraham. And back to Lindsay Lohan. So there you go. All three girls sound exactly alike. Abraham and Paris Hilton's music is the same. Lindsay's got at least Justin Timberlake, and I think she must have been hired Timbaland. Timbaland must have produced this record. Timbaland must have produced the Lindsay Lohan Rumors record, okay? Yes. So that is a very Timbaland, Justin Timberlake feel, where Paris Hilton and Farrah Abraham are a very Skrillex feel. But one thing is the same. All three of them have the exact same voice, except Lindsay Lohan's voice is a little bit deeper. That's from all the fucking dope and cigarettes she fucking smokes. So there you go. There's our comparisons of all three of those women. Shit, you want us to? You want to hear the last? Want to throw the last one up there? Hold on. If we're gonna throw it up, we will. We'll throw up. Hold on. Let's throw up. Jesus Christ, hold on. Let's throw up Selena Gomez. Thug it. What the fuck? I'm telling you, man, I have more problems with my fucking with my mail, with my email, man. Seriously, I have more issues. There we go. With my fucking email. It's just crazy. This is all virus stuff. Anyways, let me get back to the videos here. I don't even know if it'll get to it. It's transferring data from. There we go. Okay. Selena Gomez. Let's see Selena Gomez. Here we go. Now we have Selena Gomez, and then we're done with the compare and contrast of all these scary, talented women. So hold on. I wanna stay for rhythm and affection. There you go. Say I'm ready for inspection. Just show me how you make a first impression. You can take it nice slow, slow. Break it down and drop it slow, slow. 'Cause I just wanna why you're letting me out, so you can't let me go. I just wanna feel your body right next to me. Same fucking, they all sound the same. That was Selena Gomez. Paris Hilton. And now we have Farrah Abraham. Hold on. And now we have go ahead. I'm telling you, Lohan's the only one that's got different music. All three of these other girls, their music is the Skrillex feel, but Lindsay Lohan at least has Timberland and Justin Timberlake producing a record. So there you go. There's your differences, ladies and gentlemen. There's your differences. All right. There you go. And here's Patrick's comments. Some girls want to. Patrick said, "This is great, you guys. Now this is how we're going to end this segment because it can only end with this awesome phrasing from the resident Patrick. Here it is. All girls are whores. Some girls want direct money, and others want dinners and movies. Both give up the pussy. So is there any difference, really? So all those comments about Farrah being a whore piece of shit, all those girls fuck for movies and dinner. So really, they all should shut the fuck up. All girls value their pussies on a gift value or money value. Now, these college girls, most aren't ever going to work after they get out of school. Most work for 2 years. See how hard it is to work. Most go back and hide college, getting a master's degree, or just marry a guy before they turn 30. So they fuck for security. All girls are whores on some level. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is words of wisdom from Pat. Oh, Pat, the man with the wisdom. And with that being said, Patrick, we would like to hear from possibly one of your friends here.
Tell me the message or something, right? Because you're doing something, trying to breastfeed with fucking foreign bodies. Was that it?
It has nothing to do with it.
Oh, it had nothing to do with what? The fact that you had foreign bodies in there?
Correct.
Correct, okay, good. So you're not lying to me about fake kids.
I've never had them.
Yes, you just did. You said they weren't. You fucking lied to me.
What? I didn't. I never said anything of a kind. You never asked me, I never told you. Or maybe you asked me, but I never lied about this.
I'm a liar, who cares? So, they look ridiculous. Get rid of them, why don't you? Anyway, you know.
That's none of your fucking business.
It is. It looks stupid. I'm just telling you. It's just an appraisal. Keep them if you want. Look stupid. See if I give a fuck. You know, but they're too big and they look stupid. They look like some Vegas bitch. They look like a Vegas whore. And you go around stashing around in your tight clothes and stuff. I won't stand for that anymore.
I don't look around. I don't look.
To be that.
I don't look around in tight clothes. I stay at home for most of the time.
Public and it's a fucking embarrassment to me. You look like a fucking bitch on heat. And if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault. Alright? Because you provoked it. You are provocatively dressed all the time with your fake boobs. You feel you have to show off in tight outfits and tight pants so you see your pussy revealing. And that green thing today was enough. That's provocative. Okay? I'm telling you. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't like it. I don't want that woman. I don't want you. I don't believe you anymore. I don't trust you. I don't love you. I don't want you. Okay?
Okay.
Stay in the fucking house. I'm not giving it to you, but I'll let you stay there. Okay? And I will take care of my child, but I don't want you anymore.
you son of a bitch. Thank you. And thank you, Mel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rob Black Show. It's 8:57 p.m. And we are broadcasting high above the world's dirtiest, the world's grungiest, the world's slimiest, the world's healthiest strip club in the entire Los Angeles area, and that is none other than 6632 Lankershim Avenue, baby! Woo! Come on down to the Star Gardens, and trust me, you will be disappointed. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, speaking of Star Gardens, what a horrible Subway. Subway? I'm not thinking of Jared at Subway. I'm thinking of a word called Segway. And that's where we are. We're going to Segway right now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this weekend are a bunch of big events coming up. And let me see if any of you know these big events. Big event number one! And that is opening a game. The first game of the home of KISS. Yes, the arena football team, the LA KISS will be this Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this Saturday. Now, I'm supposed to be going to this game, but here's the issue, and I'm not real sure why she did this, and it was nothing malicious. Because I know for a fact that at times Katie Summers does not use her brain. Not that she's dumb, she just doesn't use it sometimes. She literally will take her brain out and she will like put it in like a picture like this in the wall. And she's like, I think I'm just going to put my brain here. She went to the dentist and they did a whole bunch of x-rays and things like that, and when push came to shove, and they decided they were going to rip her wisdom teeth out, this dum-dum agreed to have it done this Saturday at 12:30 in the afternoon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 12:30 in the afternoon. And when she came home and said, my appointment's for 12:30 to get my wisdom teeth pulled out, I said, do you realize that? She went, the arena football game. And I went, yeah. She went, it's all right. I'll just go, and I'll be all pilled up on my medicine. And I'm like, oh, please. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind, dum-dum? I'm like, so you're going to get your teeth pulled at 12:30, which means you're not going to get it done until 1. Because just like you went the other day for a follow-up on other things that have to be done with your teeth. Your appointment was at 3, and you got there at 3, and you didn't go in until 3:30. So let's all, for intents and purposes, say by 2, you're going to be out with stitches and shit in your mouth. And then in 2 hours, we are then to get into a car and travel an hour to Anaheim. To watch an arena football game for 3 hours, get something to eat, and then come all the way back. I go, you're out of your mind. I'll just be high on pills. I said, motherfucker, no way. You're going to be beyond high on pills. You're not going to feel good, okay? And you're going to be miserable. And why would you want to get your wisdom teeth pulled out, and then 2 hours later, you're in an arena with 7,000 people, and your mouth is numb because they're going to load you up with Novocaine, because they're going to rip 4 teeth out of your fucking mouth, dummy. So, I don't think the arena game's fucking happening. because no matter what she'll say, kind of like one of them football players that get a concussion and they're like, Coach, I can go back in. And you're like, dude, you can't even fucking walk straight. Don't worry about me, Coach. Don't worry about me. I can go in there. Yeah, okay. So you can get fucking a bump and become in a coma? Okay, sure. Same thing. She'll sit there and go, honey, I feel great. Let's go to the game. And I would say after an hour ride in the car, she's going to go, oh, no, my mouth is stuck. And then once we're there, oh, no, I'm feeling a little sick. Maybe I shouldn't have went to the game. And by halftime, she's going to be so fucking miserable that it's going to be like having a horse with a fucking bum leg. And you're like, what the fuck am I going to do with this horse? Put it out of its fucking misery? Or what? Have it fucking walk like this? I mean, what are you, out of your fucking mind? So, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, that if there's any big-breasted hookers that want to go to an arena game Saturday, just email me and we're down. I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. I'm going to have to go and take this little asshole to the dentist. I'm going to have to be there. I'm going to have to fucking watch her get her teeth pulled out. I'm going to have to bring her back to the fucking house. And I'm going to have to sit there and wait on her like Alibaba and see if she wants anything. Oh, my mom. So that's what I'll be doing Saturday. And I'll probably work on some internet stuff and things, because I can't imagine anybody that would want to do anything after being shot up with so much dope to have your wisdom teeth ripped out of your mouth and the doctor's giving you pain pills and giving you antibiotics and then talking about stitches that are going to be in your mouth. Yeah. I'm sure she'll be sitting up with my dick in her mouth come 8 o'clock at night. Oh, I love this. Please. So that was supposed to be Saturday. So chances are that's done. All right, that's over. That's out. That's finished. And we'll have to attend and focus our energy to Sunday. Now, Sunday is going to be WrestleMania number 30. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania number 30. And we are going to be watching that because it will be at the house. It will be at the apartment. It will be broadcasted on the old Roku because we will be getting the pay-per-view. I've been debating if I'm going to get the WWE Network because for $59.95 you get the, or $69, whatever the fuck it is, you get the WWE Network, which is good for something like 6 months, and you get every pay-per-view along with all the programming that they have on the network. Now, who gives a shit about all the old stuff? Although the old stuff is cool, some of the old school WWE and ECW, especially where you could pull up old Heat Wave where the XPW invaded the ECW pay-per-view. But more importantly, the pay-per-views are $10 ultimately, because for 6 months you get 6 months worth of pay-per-views, which will come out to $10 a shot, or you don't buy the WWE Network and you just order the pay-per-view by itself, which is $60, and you get it once. That's it, WrestleMania, and it's over. So I'm thinking about leaning, and it's exactly why the WWE did this, because in theory, if you're gonna buy WrestleMania, it would behoove you to buy the WWE package and get the network for 6 months, because the value is 6 months worth of pay-per-views. Literally, it's almost a no-brainer. So I would surmise that there's a lot of people like myself that are going to wind up getting the WWE Network, because if you want to watch WrestleMania, it's incredibly retarded to order WrestleMania from your local cable provider and pay $60 for something that you get once, opposed to the WWE Network where you pay $60 and you get 6 months worth of entertainment. So Sunday will be WrestleMania. That'll be cool. So Katie should be healed and all ready to watch a little WrestleMania. And that will make up for the goddamn arena game we won't see. But the following week, Kiss will be in town. If not that next week, it's the week after, and Bill Maher is coming into Los Angeles very soon. So we're going to go see Bill Maher, and I'll keep you guys up to date of when that happens, which will be very exciting and very fun. So there you go. That is the updates. Those are the newest and interesting and exciting things that are going on for this weekend. And as we get closer to the weekend, I'll be reminding all of you of the shit that I'll be doing. And not that any of you care, it's just mildly entertaining. Yes, mildly entertaining. Oh, yes. Patrick just sent me an old school bit where Jimmy Snuka jumps off the steel cage onto, if I recall, Don Morocco. Yes, on top of it, Don Morocco. Classic. Seriously, classic WWE history. And that's Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, giving the Superfly a splash on Don Morocco, and basically jumping on top of him from the cage. It's pretty amazing. Seriously, it's pretty amazing. Old school shit, man. Old school shit. Good stuff. Old school shit. Anyways, it's Rob Black, the Rob Black Show, and we are coming to you live. So, listen, when we were broadcasting in the afternoon, we were doing some segments, and oh wow, look at this. If you guys go it's so funny. You gotta love these people. So if you go to Mike South's website, so once again, it's obvious that these idiots actually lie to everybody when they say they don't listen to me, they don't read my site, they don't do anything. So as we see, one of Mike South's retards actually are going to speak, because once again, Mike South is incapable of defending himself. And I was going to get to a new Instagram that I posted, but of course, Mike South doesn't want to talk about that. Mike South just wants to have his losers actually speak for him. So let's listen to this mumbo jumbo, because once again, I just seen this. So here we go. You ready? a Rob Black request by Lacey Blake. And we all know who Lacey Blake is. If you are incapable of reading my comments in the correct context, then I would kindly ask you to pay better attention before calling me out, especially on this statement I recently made. And here is her quote. Also, if porn in Georgia is illegal, then wouldn't porn in Florida be illegal as well? I thought it was all legal due to that whole legal by default loophole. Okay. Now, once again, let's read her statement. But you realize that there is no law definition of legal by default loophole. These people act as if they're fucking lawyers. So Lacey Blake, listen up, fuck stick. And I know the fuck you people are. Listen up. So I'm going to read your little statement. But again, you people act like you're fucking lawyers. You're not. Okay? You're nothing but webmasters. Okay? Who hide behind fake names, you assholes. So let's go. I realize many individuals would need to have a grasp on my writing style to understand how purely sarcastic this comment was. Oh, it was sarcastic. But let me assure you, it was pure sarcasm. Our thoughts on this matter are actually very similar. I find the it is actually legal or not discussions unbelievably annoying. In addition, this comment was in no way to attempt to defend Mike. Frankly, he doesn't need anyone to defend him. He's pretty capable of handling these issues himself and has been doing it for many years. No, he hasn't, Lacey. Mike South has not defended himself. He still hasn't defended himself. He still continues not to answer any of the fucking questions that any of us are fucking posing to him. Go to my Twitter, go to my Instagram. I have $400 now up on the kitty. And I'm still waiting for Mike South to provide me with the Georgia OSHA inspector's name, the Georgia inspector's badge number, the reports approving all of his sets that the Georgia OSHA inspector has been on, and the case numbers that it pertains to. So I did bet 200 last week because Mike South said I don't have 200. Well, I went out and robbed a little retarded lady. I did, a little old retarded lady. So now I got $400 that I have up to bet Mike South. So Lacey Blake, you're wrong. Mike South doesn't defend himself. He's a bitch punk. So I'll continue reading your fucking letter to me. I have now been in debate after debate on this very site regarding the legality of porn in other states. As we know, California and New Hampshire have specific laws on the books making the shooting of pornography explicitly legal within both states. I've always just rather lazily assumed the common sense notion that shooting porn in all other states would be classified under prostitution laws, making it illegal. In fact, this would also explain exactly why there are no OSHA regulations or any other rules in place for the nationwide adult industry. Okay, but that was just my common sense approach to the issue. I'm not an attorney with the experience to fully research these laws. I'm also not in the porn industry. I'm not a performer, producer, or even a distributor within the adult community. Ultimately, I make absolutely no money from the industry. I'm just a fucking retard who likes to fucking write stories on porn sites? Oh, I'm sorry, she didn't write that. I'm sorry. She says she's a 30-year-old female accountant who occasionally works in the mainstream stunt industry where my husband and father work, as full-time stunt performers. And I have nothing else better to do except post and be involved on a blog, on a porn site, and respond to pornographers with open fucking posts. Wow. Well, Lacey Blake, aren't you fucking special? So Lacey Blake has nothing to do with the adult industry, makes no money off the adult industry, doesn't know anybody from the adult industry, and guess what? She likes to instead, because she's got nothing else better to do in her life. I mean, do we have to go back and fucking look up and count every single post that this person has done on Mike South's message board? Because I'll tell you this, if this girl or this guy, whoever it is, has nothing to do with the industry, they are one bored, lonely motherfucker. And I would say, honey, go hang out with your husband. Go do some stunt work, because you spend way too much time posting on a porn website. You do, babe, okay? You are a fucking loser. That's what you are, motherfucker. You're a loser with a capital L and another capital L. That's what you are. Matter of fact, I'm going to have Tom Byron, okay? I'm going to have Tom Byron count up in his spare time. And we'll continue with this tomorrow, because this is going to be a good story. I'm going to have Tom Byron count up tonight when he's done with the story that he's working on now, so he can post this story. I'm going to have Tom Byron count up how many posts in the last month you have done, Lacey Blake. And then we are going to flush out how lonely of a person you are. Because somebody that has nothing to do with the porn industry, and you're strictly just a 30-year-old accountant, you are the loneliest loser in the entire world, because all you do every day is post on an adult website. You're fucking sick, honey. You are mentally fucking sick. Seriously, you're mentally fucking sick, and you need fucking help. And your husband should do something, because you literally sit and post and post and post and post on a porno website, and you have no stake in the porn industry whatsoever. You, my honey, are mentally fucking ill. But we'll get to that once Tom Byron can confirm how many fucking posts you have made, okay? Just last month, all right? I guarantee you, babe, you've made over 50 posts. Guarantee you, you've made over 50 fucking posts. That is downright fucking lunacy, man. That is downright lunacy, honey. You're sick. You're fucking sick in the fucking head. So, here we go. I'm a 30-year-old female accountant who occasionally works in the mainstream industry, where my husband and father-in-law work as full-time stunt performers. The stunt industry has well over 30 separate OSHA manuals covering almost every single stunt you can imagine. The entertainment and safety aspects of porn industry versus stunt industry debates are what led me to researching the industry further. My first article on here was actually written about 2 weeks after I learned that this site even existed. It was quite simple. I ended up getting in a huge fight with Jilted, Tim Trich. I wound up getting in a huge fight with Tim Trich regarding employee versus independent contractor issues. Mike contacted me to ask if I wanted to write something for his site. I quickly informed him that I'm not the furthest thing from a writer you could possibly find. He asked me to at least try, so I accepted. The rest is history. I've since learned and enjoy writing immensely. I don't think I've ever realized how fun writing could be after being required to submit thousands of papers during college on a variety of extremely boring topics. But Mike has been quite supportive, and I've really enjoyed it as this far. Really? What have you been writing, honey? You've been sitting there arguing with 3 people on a fucking message board, you retard. Seriously, is this the most pathetic fucking post I've ever fucking heard? With that said, I've routinely been reminded by industry players that shooting of pornography is not specifically illegal in other states, thereby making it legal by default. I still don't quite understand the logistics of this theory, but I decided to bring the issue forward on here in case anyone had any opinions or definitive answers. Instead of trying to explain it in my own words, I'm including just one example of the more relevant and rational debates I participated on here regarding the legality of shooting porn outside California and or New Hampshire and how various OSHA laws may apply. Oh. Wow. I love it. I love it. She's rationalizing her debates with who? Who is she debating with? I didn't know she's debating with lawyers. She's debating with more anonymous posters. Oh, wow, okay. Well, hey, Lacey Blake, the person who has nothing to do with the porn industry, except what? You're so fucking bored and you need to practice your writing skills, so you go to a porn website to argue with Tim Tritch? Really? And fucking Monica Foster and fucking Nick East? Really? That's what you do? And to fucking sit there and respond to Rob Black, a career pornographer? Really? Lacey Blake, who has no stake in the porn industry whatsoever, except she's a lonely housewife who must not be getting any dick from her fucking husband? Okay. Wow, Lacey, you're fucking, woo! You are a bright woman, my friend. So, here's her big arguments that she's been having with people on the message board, because this somehow is showing, I'm not real sure what, that Lacey Blake can argue with other anonymous posters who've got about as much authority in this field as what? A fucking piece of chiz that comes out of John Stagliano's fucking AIDS-ridden dick? Really? That's what this fucking moron is fucking saying? Okay, so let's go. Since the porn industry isn't legally recognized by the state or other than California, New Hampshire, then state OSHA isn't going to regulate. Federal OSHA would regulate until that particular industry business named technically legal. If found to be illegal and thrown in with prostitution laws, then there are no rules because the act of prostitution is illegal and not covered by any OSHA. The problem here is that they don't consider shooting porn illegal. They view it as legal on default. So it's legal, but not completely legal. Enough to follow OSHA regulations. Yeah, I know, makes absolutely no sense. They honestly thought it would pass the legality test, then they would put it before the state to get a legal ruling. But that's probably not the best idea. They know it. Again, it's like everybody is so fucking stupid. And it's like everybody's trying, oh God. It's like I'm fucking sitting here arguing with anonymous assholes. And they think they're lawyers. And when it comes right down to it, okay, you want to shoot somewhere and set up a fucking porn shoot. If the police in that jurisdiction want to bust you and say it's fucking prostitution, you're fucked. And they will bust you, and you will fucking go to jail. That's the bottom line. And you will get a fucking attorney, and attorney will sit there and say, technically, it's prostitution. Because technically, paying somebody for sex, regardless if you're using a fucking camera or a cell phone, is prostitution, except in the states where they actually legally define it. Your argument of this loophole of, well, it's not on the book, so go to a fucking judge and argue that, asshole. Okay? Argue that, asshole. Once again, if all you people are so fucking smart, okay, go. Oh, God. You fucking people are so stupid. I've never met more people that are arguing that since it's not written in a fucking book that specifically says you can't pee into a water fountain, that means it's legal. And then by trying to sit there and say, well, it's not in any OSHA manuals. Once again, trust me, assholes, if you're set up shop in Utah, you want to bet your bottom fucking dollar that you will go to jail for pimping and pandering? You want to bet? You want to bet your fucking bullshit loophole ain't gonna fucking work in Utah? You want to fucking bet? You want to sit there and go, well, the OSHA manuals don't state anywhere in the Utah state legislating governing bodies that practice. Yeah, okay. Again, you people are so ignorant and stupid. And what's more pathetic, that you're a bunch of anonymous posters on a bunch of fucking websites. And you have Lacey Blake claiming she has nothing to do with the business. So she's just a bored housewife. That she's bored. She should be out doing something with her husband and her family instead of sitting in a fucking bedroom posting 50, 60, 70 times arguing with 3 porn people on a message board. Let's continue. Also, dear Lacey, this is from Relax. Also, dear Lacey, it's not that simple. Porn is protected free speech if it is not obscene. The question hinged entirely on what is considered obscene. You can have a lot of fun with this one because, for most part, the judgment system is a thing called community standards. I will leave you to go research that little legal turd for a while. Safe to say that what is legal and protected in San Francisco, example, might not be legal and protected in Polk County, Florida. The biggest switch, and one that makes porn more or less de facto legal in all the U.S., is that narrow community standard test. Has been sort of supplemented by a more realistic national standard. However, it is almost entirely subjective, and thus while straight porn may be legal, on a bad day, a facial cum shot might actually be obscene. You can tag on top of that, of course, all sorts of issues related to zoning for adult businesses or restrictions on filming permits in many places. And you end up with a patchwork quilt of overlapping laws, regulations, and trapdoors. It's why most companies are based in California. It's the first place to make it legal and the one with the most legal precedents to work from it if a problem comes up. Federal OSHA doesn't specifically by word require condoms. The condom requirement is taking the wording of the laws and standards and trying to apply them to porn. That's why California is trying to pass specific legislation, because the OSHA rules aren't specific enough that a legal fight might not go entirely their way. When in doubt, pass more regulation. Nasty Dollars, now owned by Manwin, is a company shooting porn based out of South Florida, and their content is clearly filmed in that area. Many of the outdoor setup shoots are pretty obvious. Okay. Once again, you have somebody, Relax, who is nothing more than an anonymous poster. Now, if the argument is stated that Relax is really an attorney and he just posts under a fake name, then what fucking credibility do you give anybody that is posting under a fake name that is some form of attorney? If all of this is true and correct, then if that's a Mark Randazza or a Alan Gelbar or a Federosi, then they should be out in front talking about this and forging forward to make porn legal in all fucking 50 states and yeah, okay, they're fucking nothing. Again, you got a bunch of know-nothing, nobodies talking in circles, being fucking armchair attorneys. That's what they are, armchair attorneys. Now, BT, this one, he's in it. For the life of me, I do not understand the logic of foreigners who try to justify not using condoms with the concept that if it's illegal to shoot porn, then OSHA has no jurisdiction. Therefore, it's okay. The sweatshop allegation is correct. Someone operates an illegal sweatshop and someone is injured, the operator is going to be criminally charged, could go to jail. So OSHA is a civil agency. Violate OSHA guidelines, and you're probably going to be fined, and OSHA will work with you to correct the problem. Operating in an illegal way doesn't get you around the requirements. What it means is that if you're caught, you're going to be charged criminally. You may get a fine, you may also go to jail. Again, armchair legal experts. You got fucking Greta Van Sustrans on here talking about shit that they know nothing about. That's it. And they post under fake names, which gives their credibility 0! Pussies! So, Lacey Blake, and we're not real sure exactly where this entire long post that she just posted is going, except to make her sound stupid, because, and I'll get to that punchline because we have to go into Katie news, but she ends it with, currently in California, we know that having no camera present during a paid sexual encounter equals prostitution. Yet something as simple as a single cell phone camera present turns the same paid sexual encounter into pornography. We know for a fact that these rules legally apply in California and New Hampshire. So do the same rules still apply in other states as well? Now, let me say this. This was going on in Colorado or in Arizona recently, and the place was busted. Arizona, and the case came out, and everybody wants to dismiss it, but basically they were running an operation where people could make their own porn, and these people were charged with prostitution. Thank you very much. Fuck all of you. Let's continue. If the shooting of pornography is legal in all 50 states due to the rights guaranteed under the First Amendment, then what exactly are the rules? Or more importantly, are there any rules? Who the fuck has said that shooting pornography in all 50 states is a right guaranteed under the First Amendment? Once again, a bunch of legal scholars on Mike South's website. Okay, Lacey Blake, you're a fucking moron. Which leaves me the ultimate question and the original issue I brought up. If porn is currently illegal to shoot in Georgia, then wouldn't it be safe to conclude that porn in Florida would be illegal as well? And we all know how much porn is currently shot and produced in Florida. That's not even including the current issues surrounding porn productions in Nevada, which no one seems to yet have a definitive answer for either. We're talking about an entire industry. Last time I checked, the Wild West time period in American history was long gone. Follow Lacey on Twitter. Follow a housewife who has nothing to do with the industry because she's just bored. Because I guess her husband's too boring for her. All right. Once again, and I will wrap this up in a nutshell. Lacey Blake. Just because they shoot a lot of porn in Florida doesn't mean that somehow it's legal. What that means is nobody has decided to go after anybody. Let me try to break this down to all of you fucking assholes, okay? And I'm only going to do this, and then I'll finish it up with Lacey being a loser. Now listen to me, idiots, okay? Listen to me. Obscenity has been on the books and has plagued our industry for 30 to 40 years. Now, let me clue you in. The obscenity laws and how they are enforced have never changed. They've always been on the books. From Supreme Court saying, I can't tell you what something is obscene, I can't tell you what pornography is, I can't tell you what all that is, but I know it when I see it. Now, let me explain. The obscenity statutes get enforced pending on who is in office at that particular time. Now, what all of you idiots seem to be forgetting is President Obama has been in office for the last 6 years. And prior to President Obama being in office, you had 3 obscenity prosecutions. You had 3 obscenity prosecutions, okay? And then, prior to that, you had a record-keeping situation that had this entire industry shitting themselves, okay? Literally, you had FBI agents, and some of you idiots that are posting on Mike South's boards who are newbies don't really remember this, but you had FBI agents going around to every fucking studio in the fucking valley. Literally, it was an everyday occurrence. Who was going to get showed up from the FBI to Inspector 2257 records? Then before that, you had a president named Bill Clinton. And Bill Clinton didn't give a fuck about porn. And then before him, you had Bush and, of course, Ronald Reagan. Now, Ronald Reagan, okay? Ronald Reagan had the same amount of pornography as Jimmy Carter did. Now, Jimmy Carter didn't give a fuck about pornography. And in the span of 2 and 3 years, when Jimmy Carter was at the helm of the White House, not much really changed as far as pornography went. Shit, Larry Flint was toting around with Jimmy Carter's fucking sister. But you see, Ronald Reagan had a thing called the Meese Commission, and he had the religious right. And guess what? They came after pornography. And they went after everybody in the valley, from Russ Hampshire to VCA Pictures to Stevie Hirsch at Vivid Entertainment. Yes! Vivid Entertainment took an obscenity bust. Go figure. They weren't doing any choking. They weren't doing gangbangs. They weren't doing anything other than basically what they do now. But you see, the obscenity statutes were all enforced based on who was in charge of the presidency. So, guess what, fuck sticks? Your concept of, well, Florida, hell, Florida shoots porn. Look at all the porn is shot there. Let me tell you guys something. If Florida ever goes back to a legitimate red state, and you get a bunch of those districts that have Republican congressmen, okay, and you have an extremely right-leaning state, you bet your ass with a Republican administration, you will see people get busted in fucking Florida. And bet your ass that if there was real productions going on in Georgia besides Mike South, and you had people making real fucking noise out there, you bet your fucking ass they'll get busted. You bet your fucking ass if fucking Kink said, hey, we're moving to fucking Georgia, right next to the Capitol. Yeah, let's see what the fuck's gonna happen. This whole First Amendment and all these arguments are all moot because right now the entire country is leaning left. From the presidency to the Congress. And even though Republicans possibly could take back the fucking House and Senate, doesn't mean that they are going to control aspects of the government. Because we've all broken down how the government works and how those areas work. But I'll tell you this, why don't you smart asses try to go open up shop in a right-wing conservative Bible Belt community? You won't do it, will you? Considering that they still close down movie theaters for playing a nymphomaniac, huh? There's still places in the Bible Belt that are fucking preventing people to look at pornography in the library fucking computers. So are you going to tell me by default porn is legal to shoot in those 50 states? You smart asses? Oh, really? Is that what you're going to do, all you fucking armchair lawyers? Seriously. Is that what you're going to do? Really? So if fucking Hillary Clinton loses, okay, in the 2016 elections to Ted Cruz, you guys want to fucking bet your fucking your freedom that Ted Cruz ain't gonna fucking go after porn? Really? Really? You smart asses want to bet that? Huh? You smart asses that go, well, hey Ted, you don't have any law. Hey, would you guys go shoot porn in Texas? Why don't you use this argument in Texas, smart asses? Why don't you guys go to Texas and go, hey man, the First Amendment protects me and I can shoot porn. And you don't have any law books here saying I can't shoot porn. So guess what? We're shooting porn in Texas. Yeah. Let's see how quick you get a foot shoved up your fucking asses. You stupid motherfucker. You stupid motherfuckers. You people are fucking stupid. And in closing, Lacey Blake, you said it yourself, my love. You said it yourself. And apparently, somebody that has no connection with the adult industry whatsoever, you sure the fuck spend a lot of time trolling the adult websites, considering you must have read our site to respond to the Rob Black post. You must have been listening to our show to respond to the Rob Black comments. And Lacey Blake, in closing, my dear, you are very pathetic, and your words are explicitly said. It is my common sense approach. I'm not an attorney with experience to fully research these laws. I'm also not in the porn industry. I'm not a performer, producer, or even a distributor within the adult community. Ultimately, I make absolutely no money from the adult industry. I'm a 30-year-old accountant who occasionally works in the mainstream stunt industry where my husband and father-in-law work as full-time stunt performers. Well, Lacey Blake, you are also the world's biggest loser because you have no connection to our industry whatsoever, but yet you sit on blogs of Mike South and post 50, 60, 70 times a month about porn. You read the porn blogs. You are obsessed with porn, which means you don't spend any time with your family, which means you're a sick individual or you're just a fucking porn addict. Either one, somebody that's this obsessed with the porn industry and you have no connection to the porn industry at all makes you the world's biggest porn mark, which makes you the person from fucking Star 80. You're a fucking stalker weirdo. Sorry, Lacey. This obsessed with the porn industry and this many posts and this many blogs on a fucking porn website, and you have no connection with porn whatsoever, you make no money from porn whatsoever, you're just a fan, wow, you are cuckoo! So Rob Black Show, and we're going to take a break for 1 second while we call the most beautiful girl in the world. We'll be right back. Let's do a little legless dancing, motherfucker. You have, now I got interrupted again. You know why, guys? There is a, I didn't know this. Nobody told me about this. But there is, oh man, I tell you, you guys, why is this not saved the best for last? But it is. On Dancing with the Stars, the new season of Dancing with the Stars, and how this got for many of my people. There is a performer on the new Dancing with Stars who is a double amputee. She's got no fucking legs, guys. And she's performing on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, come on, man. Seriously, you guys, are we just literally, this starved? Oh my God. I'm looking at her fake feet. What the fuck? Her name's Amy Purdy's, and she's got fake legs, and she's on Dancing with the Stars. Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the program. It is the Rob Black Show. We are ready for Katie Summers. We went over long because we had breaking news, and anytime somebody wants to try to challenge us with just endless retarded shit, we have to respond. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to present to you the world's most beautiful girl in the world, the most educated girl, and the most beautiful girl. Ladies and gentlemen, da da da, the news that we can use with Katie Summers. I closed the window. You're fine. Go ahead. fuck did they, like, how did they do that? Like, what the fuck how did they pull that off? That's pretty good. I mean, seriously, that's pretty good. Well, yeah, I mean, 100%. It would be easy to do, but you need to have somebody on the inside. I mean, just like you said, you have to have somebody that works at Best Buy who goes in and gets the fucking the Beaver fucking CDs in, and then that night they gotta like take the CDs home. They gotta repackage them all, which is easy to do, and then put them back in the boxes and put them out on. I mean, you know what? It's that's actually a little bit tougher than what it would sound like, because think about it. If you get the shipment of Justin Bieber CDs into Best Buy, somebody's gonna see you grabbing a box of Bieber CDs. You know what I mean? So you gotta like actually snake out a box of Bieber CDs. I mean, there's definitely there's definitely aspects that required more than just one, you know, dopey fucking warehouse guy. That's a couple people got to be involved in this, but it's pretty badass. I will say that's pretty badass. That is so cool. And like I said, it's definitely something that more than, you know, one definitely more than one person had to be involved with to pull it off, to pull that off, because it definitely took more than just one dopey, like I say, dopey warehouse kid to go, oh, sure, that's a good idea. You know what I mean? Oh, sure, that's a good idea. We'll, you know, we'll just do that. That was that was a decent amount of people involved to fucking to pull that fucking gimmick off. Well, like I said, when you say that they, that it rang up, the Bieber record, how it rang up the Bieber record. Well, yeah, because they have the, they have the fucking, they have the, what's it called? The tags, they have the fucking tags. The, what the fuck is it called? I'm trying to think. What do they call the fucking tags? The goddamn tags. The barcodes. They have the fucking barcodes. So they have the barcodes still intact. Remember when they put the CD in the fucking when they put the CD back in there, they keep the barcodes intact. So that's why the goddamn barcode and the whole thing is still on the way it is, and that's the reason that it still rang up as Justin Bieber. So that was that. Oh, definitely best April Fool's prank. Are you serious? While he just sat there and was butt naked, hanging out in their fucking, in their fucking house. I love it, but I just love Bob Johnson. He was playing Elvis on Bob Johnson's jukebox. Oh, it's classic. Oh, Bob Johnson's jukebox. I just love the name Bob Johnson. The name Bob Johnson is literally just a dirty. It's just a dirty fucking. It's just a dirty. It's just dirty. It's like, hi, I'm dirty, and I'm Bob Johnson. Like that. Literally, that like Bob Johnson. That's just a dirty fucking name. It really is. It's just a dirty fucking name, Bob Johnson. Johnson. I just love that name, Bob Johnson. It's just that name it all into itself, Bob Johnson. He's trying to be president. Only in fucking Georgia, Bob Johnson. All right, Bob Johnson. So I'm telling you, that name, that's like a porn reviewer's name. That's like a name that a guy who is in porn. It's like, how you doing, Bob? Bob what? Bob Johnson. Do you have a Big Johnson? Fuck yeah, it's a fucking Big Johnson. That's why they call me Bob Johnson. Give me something else. I can't keep talking about Bob Johnson. I can do Bob Johnson jokes all fucking night. I'm gonna change your name to Bob Johnson. Okay. Oh Jesus. That's fucked up. Why do you want to see pictures so bad? You're horrible. You're horrible. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I don't know if I don't know if I condone that. I think I think it's going a little bit too. I think it's going a little bit too extreme. Because they probably said really horrific, horrible things, and it would be extremely shocking. And I don't think I would want to see that. What do you think is worse? What do you think is worse? Getting tattooed on you, or getting the words, or getting something branded on you? All right, all right, all right. If that's your official opinion, I'll go with it. I think I would rather be. I guess you're right. As I'm thinking about it, I guess you're right. I think I would rather be. I think I'd rather be tattooed than burned. I think I would rather be tattooed than burned, because I guess you're right. That burn, if you're branded a name on you, that's your flesh being burnt. It's being scarred, and it's forever gonna be that raised flesh, like you see when the college kids have that brand on them. And you're right. And a tattoo, you can always just have somebody take black ink or whatever color the tattoo was, and basically just cover the whole thing up, so you have nothing but a giant, a black blotch that's on your arm or body. I find it incredibly funny that me and you are sitting here discussing what is the worst way to get tortured and be humiliated, and that is being either tattooed or branded against your will. And that's what we're fucking discussing. And it's actually like a real, honest to goodness, legitimate thinking. Like it's a think. I'm actually going, you know what? I think I would rather be fucking tattooed against my will. Like this is actually something that you've heard of the game Pictionary, haven't you? This is actually like the game Pictionary. You could play with a bunch of friends at a dinner party. You're having a dinner with some distinguished friends, maybe some college professors or some other dignitaries, and somebody pipes in, "Hey, you want to like play a game? All right, like, would you rather have the word nigger lover tattooed on your chest or branded into your skin?" And he's watch everybody sit there and go, interesting thought, and then they could just pass it around like it's fucking Pictionary. You're right. And I will say at the end, it was a horrible story what they did to an old guy. I don't like when people abuse. I'll tell you, when people abuse old people and animals. And not that I like old people annoy the fuck out of me. I hate to be around them, and they just fucking annoy me. But to me, they're like a child or like an animal where they're very feeble and very weak. And when I see people be mean to them, that annoys me. But that doesn't mean I want to go volunteer at an old folks home and fucking hang out with them and fucking help them read and change their fucking shit diapers. But I think it's deplorable when anytime anybody's mean to old people. So there you go. There's my 2 cents on the horrific story that Katie Summers has thrusted upon all of us. Give us another one, motherfucker. Oh, man. It's definitely not always sunny in Philadelphia, my dear. And it's definitely not sunny where that poor bastard was living. Oh! Wait, say it again? listen, very, very quick and very simple. The picture of Billy Joel's daughter, and ladies and gentlemen, I'll be able to post this tomorrow with the vid blaster that I've been talking about for 2 days, but I will. Billy Joel's daughter, if any of you don't know, is right now, the picture that Katie Summers showed me, she's an incredibly attractive girl. Prior to this, she literally was what they would refer to as a butterface, and quite frankly, might have been a butter body because she had no titties. She literally was uglier than the ugly kid of the Bruce Willis and Demi Moore clan. Who's the ugly kid with Bruce Willis and Demi Moore? Which one's that? Okay, if all of you thought Rumor Willis was fucking ugly, that was nothing. Billy Joel and Christy Brinkley's daughter was more ugly than Rumor Willis. But Christy Brinkley and Billy Joel's daughter, what's her name? Okay, Alexa Ray Joel, or Brinkley, whatever the fuck she is. She got enough work done where she is no longer ugly. She's actually extremely attractive, and she definitely got her tits done, and she definitely is looking 10 times better than she did. And if she's going to say that she didn't get any work done, she's a flat-out fucking liar. And in this day and age, why anybody would still play that game and say, oh, I never had work done, I never had work done, I never had work done, it's fucking ridiculous. It's not like 25 years ago where you had to be coy about that. Everybody has work done these days. Everybody. And for Joel's daughter to say she never had work done when the running joke around all of the entertainment industry was the poor kid got the looks from her father and not from fucking Christy Brinkley. I mean, that was the joke. Everybody said, Jesus Christ, that Alexa Joel looks like the father as a girl. She's ugly. Same thing with Rumor Willis. And if you look at Rumor Willis today, she's had fucking something done to her because she's not as hideously ugly as she was fucking 8 years ago. So, yes, Alexa Joel is incredibly attractive now with the help of some magic scalpels. Well, trust me, when people see Alexa Ray and they see her now and then they see her how she used to be, it really is night and day. So my hat's off to her because she looks really attractive now. And with that being said, God bless. God bless. God bless the doctors of Beverly Hills or New York or wherever the fuck she went. Yeah. I was just gonna say you're right. I wonder whatever happened to that. The Beverly Hills doctor who you never heard any more of that story. The Beverly Hills doctor that had the patient jump off the fucking top of the building and commit suicide. You heard about it for one night and then it disappeared. Very true, my dear. Yeah, well, like you said, we'll see on that. We'll see on that. Give me something else. What else you got? It's 10:30. We're fucking be closing out. Give me something. Nah. I was just going to say, I remember that story. I remember that was months ago. We heard about it on Access Hollywood or E-Entertainment or something like that. Yes, and I was going to say, well, you were close. You said screenplay, script. It's close. It's all in the same ballpark, my love. You were there, baby. Yeah, no, you're right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's very interesting. All right, that's it. That's the news we can use for today. You got anything else that is quick and fast and not dirty? So let me ask you this. I heard about that story. Those of you who have not heard, there was another shooting at the Fort Hood military base. Yes, the same Fort Hood military base that 5 years ago had a shooting with one of its own people. This Hassam Hassid, this Muslim sergeant or whatever the fuck he was, wound up killing a whole bunch of people. And here we are 5 years later, and they just had another shooting at the Fort Hood Army base. Now they have 3 people confirmed dead. Is there any more dead, or is right now it just stand at 3? So this guy, Ivan Lopez, was already suffering major mental health issues. And of course, why not keep him in the fucking military and give him a goddamn gun and have him run around in a fucking a military base? Wait, that's the way to go, man. And you know why we have that? We directly, let me tell you in closing why we have these types of things happen. They are the direct example of what the Republicans have done to this country by getting us into countless numbers of wars. And because of these countless numbers of wars, we've had to deploy an enormous amount of troops. We've had to take an enormous amount of troops in, our civilians in, and turn them into fighters. And ultimately what happens is we're training people that are mentally ill to become fighters and defenders of our Constitution and our liberty. And what happens is they're unstable, they're sick, they're mentally ill, and they wind up turning on their own countries. And if we weren't in so many goddamn wars, and we weren't in such a state of constantly having to fight and kill and be deployed on 2, 3, 4 different tours of duty, we'd be able to not have people like Ivan Lopez in the goddamn military, and we'd be able to actually say, this guy's sick, he's mentally unstable, and get him away from a gun. But what happens is these fucking people, they don't get pulled off duty. You know, somebody go, listen, the minute a military officer says he's feeling a little blue, you know, when you wake up and you go, I don't feel too good today. What's wrong? I'm feeling a little depressed. When a military guy says he's not feeling good today, that motherfucker needs to be fucking discharged of all of his weapons and all of his fucking duty. Because it's one thing when you wake up and you're feeling a little blue in the morning and your entire job requires you to go pick up trash on the fucking street. It's another when you're feeling blue and you got a fucking a semi-assault rifle in your hand, or you got a fucking, a 9mm in your hand, and you're feeling blue and the world's against you, and guess what? You got a fucking gun to fucking go and solve problems. So really, that's an example of why all these countless wars and all of these things that the Republicans have put us in for the last fucking 10 years has gotten us to the point where we have our own military soldiers firing on us. Remember, the last Fort Hood shooting was all based on being a Muslim, was all based on being a quote-unquote terrorist. Well, guess what? Ivan Lopez, from what they're reporting, ain't part of a Muslim fraction. This is somebody that's just fucking mentally nuts, and he attacked his own people. That, my friends, is something wrong. And it just goes more to the point of where we have Los Angeles police sheriffs that are fucking assaulting their own people because they are part of gangs. And the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department doesn't do any background checks, or when they do background checks, being a gangbanger or being in the pornography business and doing fuck scenes isn't something that is alarming to people. And you're allowed to then be handed weapons and go off and fucking conserve and protect. It's fucking bizarre, man. And then we wonder why we get shit like this happening. Because back in the day, when me and you, Katie, were not even born, the military and being a police officer was something that was respected, and it was something that was hard to actually somewhat get into. You know, when you got into the Army, you actually had to go through basic training, and you had to fucking be in shape, and you just couldn't be a fucking nut job. You know, and at the end of the day, the same thing with being a police officer. You know, you actually had to be somewhat intelligent. You had to be at least in shape. You couldn't weigh 400 pounds sitting there eating fucking donuts all day. But basically, in 2014, anybody could be in the military, and anybody could be in law enforcement. And so, in turn, this is what you get. You get guys that are unstable mentally, and they're fucking killing our own people. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. So, yes, we hope no more people die that are in the hospital, and we hope everybody it gets over this horrible tragedy. All right, Katie Summers, let's round it up. Let's end it and tell everybody where you're going to be and what you're going to do. And let's call it a night for the news that we can use. With Katie Summers, take it away. Good night. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. And that is Katie Summers, and she is gone, baby. All right, and it's 10:39, and we're going to sign off. But just to give you a little bit more insight on the Fort Hood shooting, let me reiterate. And CNN reports, the man who opened fire at the Fort Hood military post in Texas was a veteran who served 4 months in Iraq and was undergoing treatment for mental health issues. Ivan Lopez, married with children, moved to the post in a killing in February from another military installation. Authorities don't know what prompted the shooting spree Wednesday, where Lopez, 34, killed 3 people, wounded 16 before fatally shooting himself. There are not indications that this was a terrorist act, but officials said they won't rule anything out until the investigation is over. He served 4 months in Iraq in 2011. He was not wounded, according to our records, Miley said. However, Lopez self-reported suffering a traumatic brain injury while deployed, he said. Lopez suffered from depression, anxiety, and other psychiatric complaints and was receiving treatment and medication. He was going through the process required to diagnose post-traumatic stress disorder. He was not diagnosed as of today with PTSD. Miley said the process takes time. So there you go, guys. Once again, why this guy was still in the military, why this guy was basically allowed to just walk around the military. I mean, again, this goes to my fucking point. You have a military that was stretched so thin, and you have people that literally were suffering from all sorts of depression and all sorts of things, and ultimately you have a military officer who opened fire and killed his own people. So we have a military installation where we have our military soldiers who can't even feel safe where they're supposed to be safe. That's that's disturbing, man. And it's not from some crazy Muslim that was, working undercover and got all disgruntled and decided to kill everybody. This was basically a soldier that basically was feeling depressed and ultimately decided that he was going to end his pain and take a bunch of people with him. He was around guns, he had guns, and I guarantee you he was registered to have the guns he had. So when you hear people talk about how do we get safer at our military bases, this is an instance where it can't be done. You have one of our own. It's like having a police officer go crazy and open fire on innocent civilians and then taking his own life. And people say, well, how do we prevent this from happening? You can't. It's basically the enemy within. This is a military guy. He had every legal right, I guarantee every single one of you, to have a firearm. So him having a firearm, nobody thought anything. And I guarantee you, him walking in the base when he had his fatigues on, nobody thought anything of it. And when they saw he had a firearm strapped to him, I guarantee you nobody thought anything of it. It's a military guy with a gun who's authorized to have it. He pulls it out and starts shooting people. You cannot defend against that. The only way you can defend against that is somehow have a little better of a screening process for people going to war, people in the military, and not have so many goddamn wars where we have to take everybody and throw them in the military even if they're unstable. Because at the end of the day, this guy should never have been allowed to still be serving in the military. Okay? So when the guy's being treated with medication for depression, he should be taken off of active duty, all of his credentials be pulled away, and he should never have been allowed to be on base. Plain and simple. I'm nothing more than a guy who went to college for 3 months. And I know enough that that policy should have always been in place. Okay? Once you have been diagnosed as having a chemical imbalance in your brain and you're in the military and you're being treated for depression and other types of disorders, you immediately should have your fucking credentials taken. Just like when you get fired from your job and you get fired at a restaurant so that they can clean out your office and you can't steal anything from the building, that is what has to be done. The minute a military officer checks himself into a form of mental help, whether it's a hospital, psychiatry, and he's getting medication, his credentials, his military credentials should be pulled. There should be a flag in his file that says that motherfucker should not be able to have a firearm. That motherfucker should not be allowed to be anywhere on the military base where he could get a hold of weapons and possibly get crazy and shoot people. That motherfucker needs to be red flagged. That motherfucker needs to be discharged and maybe possibly put in a hospital or something that does not require him to be around our military at a base that already had one mass shooting by one of its own. It's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. It's fucking crazy. And I feel bad for every single one of our soldiers at that base because, okay, because at the end of the day, okay, let's think about it. That is where they're supposed to be safe. That is where they're supposed to feel unthreatened in our own home state. They're supposed to feel safe at that military base. And you have one of their own running around shooting people. That's horrible, man. It's fucking horrible. Fucking horrible. It's horrible. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to sign off, and we'll get to more of these issues tomorrow, especially these idiots over at the Mike South board. But right now, I got to go take a shit, and literally it's poking out of my fucking ass, and it's starting to hurt my belly. So, without further delay, it's the Rob Black Show. We'll see you guys tomorrow at noon, ladies and gentlemen, at noon. And we're out, we're over, and we're done. And don't forget to check out my Twitter and my Instagram, because we're still waiting for Mike South's response, because we've upped the ante, and now we've placed a $400 bounty on Mike South giving us the Georgia OSHA inspector's name, badge number, reports approving all of the sets from the Georgia OSHA inspector, and case numbers approving. And I'd like to have the first report starting with the one that Mike South shot with the chase girl over at the Embassy Suites. So when I guess the $400 that Mike South said we don't have is right there, and that is waiting for Mike South to take as soon as he provides us with all the information that we're requesting. But I doubt that's going to happen, and I doubt he's going to send us our $400, because he's a liar. He's always been a liar. He's a fake. He's a phony, and he's a fraud. That is what he's always been. That is what he will continue to be. And we will continue to tell you guys the way it is. We will continue to sit here and tell you guys the way it is. Until somebody will prove us wrong, we will continue to do this day in and day out. Because Mike South is never going to provide us the information that he claims he has. It's the Rob Black Show, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at noon. Don't forget, we practice a couple things here, and it's called intolerance, and we practice hate. And Mike South is the prime example of what intolerance and hate is all about. The inbred hillbilly from Georgia who's a lying sack of shit and is the most dangerous man in the adult business. Talk to you guys tomorrow. It's the Rob Black Show, and this is Roberto Negro.